Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Music Hole. My name is Cole, and I'm very excited today because we're talking about one of the most unique voices in music history, which is Bjork. And this is her album from 2001 called Vespertine. And as far as I'm concerned, there's at least 4 amazing Bjork albums that I would recommend. There's Debut, Post, and Homogenic. And then this album, although this album is a little more challenging than those other 3, in my opinion. But it does have at least 2 just monster Bjork classic tracks in Hidden Place, which is track 1, and then Pagan Poetry, which is track 5. I just love those songs so much, but we'll talk about them. And it has a really experimental, electronic-y vibe to it. It has a very wintry sound, if that makes any sense. And I'll play some clips to show what I mean. But yeah, I'm very excited to talk about it. I hope you guys enjoy it or find it interesting. And as always, I've got some clips lined up for you guys. So let's jump right in with Hidden Place.
Through the warmest curl of care, your love was sent to me. I'm not sure what to do with it or where to put it. I'm so close to tear and so close to simply calling you up. I'm simply suggesting we go to that hidden place. That we go to that hidden place. We go to that hidden place. We go to a hidden place.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness, her voice is just so unique and so powerful. And you definitely hear it on Hidden Place in this clip. And I forgot to mention that this album is very, very personal. It's very sexual, especially in a couple of the songs where she's pretty explicit about it, to be frank. But you know, in this song, she's talking about this guy sent her a love note, maybe, or you know, flowers or something, and she's just brought to tears with happiness over the fact that this guy is so into her. She just loves it. So when she's like, I'm gonna call him up and let's go to our hidden place, you know, I interpret that as, you know, a hidden place is like a special location within their experience together, where maybe it's where they first met or they first kissed or something, and it just means a lot to them sentimentally, right? So it's like a secret thing that they both share, and it makes both of them really happy and excited to go there and be romantic. So it's a really wonderful song. I really like it. Again, the production on this album is pretty incredible. I mean, it's a little hard to describe other than saying, as I mentioned, that most of the songs on this album kind of have a wintry sheen to them. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Hidden Place. It's a great song, but let's move on to track 2, which is called Cocoon.
He slides inside, half awake, half asleep. We faint back into sleephood. When I wake up a second time in his arms, gorgeousness, he's still inside me. Who would have known?
Yeah, my goodness. So this song, as I mentioned, this is one of her like explicitly sexual songs lyrically, you know, and the Cocoon is basically the 2 of them in bed. You know, they're waiting to wake up. They're in a kind of cocoon, And she's saying that, you know, like they're both kind of half asleep, but also still going at it, even though they're both like super tired. That's how much they love each other, is even when they're super tired, they still want to go at it, you know? And that's important because in a lot of relationships, including some of my other relationships in life, you know, the longer you're with someone, your love tends to die a little bit over time, right? Maybe you don't go at it as much as you used to. But these guys are in the prime of their romance, and they're just like bunny rabbits, right? They just want to be intimate all the time. So it's a very lovely song. It's a very romantic, but very sexual song. And again, just a really cool sound to it. I mean, Bjork's music doesn't really sound like anything else that I can think of, to be honest. It's very avant-garde and experimental. So not only do you have her amazing voice, right, but you also have this really odd sound that catches your attention. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Cocoon. So let's move on to track 3, which is called It's Not Up to You.
How do I master the perfect day? 6 glasses so water, 7 phone calls. If you leave it alone, it might just happen. Anyway, it's not up to you. Oh, it never really up to you. Oh, it never really it's not up to you. Well, it never really it's not up to you.
Yeah, I like this song a lot. It's very philosophical, right? And it's the artist's dilemma because, as she says in the song, you know, she kind of jokingly says she's drinking 6 cups of water a day. She's making phone calls all the time. She's trying to network. She probably exercises every day and practices every day. But basically, at the end of the day, a lot of it just comes down to luck, right? Especially these days with the amount of songs coming on Spotify every day, which I think I read was like 40,000 new songs a day. So like, even if you are amazing, right, you still got to get people to listen to you. And there's so much competition. So as she says in the song, you know, it's really not up to her. I mean, all she can do is her best and then hope and pray that someone notices all of her effort and talent, right? So I like this song. You know, it's just true. Like, all you can do is your best, and then the rest is kind of not up to you. So I like this song quite a bit. She's going deep, right? Good job. I like it. But anyway, that's all I have to say about track number 3. So let's move on to track 4, which is called Undo.
It's not meant to be a strife. It's not meant to be a struggle up here. Oh, you're trying too hard. Surrender. Give yourself in. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard.
Again, we've got a continuation of our philosophy from It's Not Up to You, right? Because it sounds like she's been working really, really hard. She's been practicing a lot, doing everything right. but it doesn't appear to be working out for her at the moment. You know, obviously Bjork was successful at this point, but she's kind of like just probably speaking about her past, right? Where she probably was like working super hard for years and nobody cared, nobody listened to her, nobody gave her a shot. And as she says, you know, she was trying too hard, surrender, give yourself in. So there are probably many, many points in her life where she believed in herself, clearly, but, you know, you have to, like, no one can escape that doubt, that sense of doubt, you know, because if no one is talking about you, if you're not making money, if you seem to be just doing your art and no one seems to care, like, it's really hard to stay motivated. You know, I struggle with that with this channel to some degree, right? I just do this because I like it. And, you know, I'm just hoping that maybe you find a new favorite song or something. You know, so I can identify with Bjork here. It's every artist's struggle, right? So poor Bjork, I hope she, well, clearly she does, but I hope she, in this moment, doesn't surrender, right? Clearly she didn't. But anyway, that's Undo for you guys. Another great song. But the next song, track number 5, is definitely my favorite from this album. It's probably one of my favorite Bjork songs, period. So Pagan Poetry is pretty epic. Let's check it out.
Darling, through the dark currents, I find an accurate copy, a blueprint of the pleasure in
The hooks in this song are just, like, they're insane. Like, the sound of this song, it's just one of the most perfectly produced songs I've ever heard. And her vocal performance is terrific. And again, she's getting romantic here. You know, she's being very romantic on Vespertine. And all she wants, as she says, is an accurate copy, you know, a blueprint of the pleasure in me. So I literally just interpret that as she wants to find her soulmate, as we all do, right? She's hoping that her soulmate is also into, I'm assuming, all the same stuff, or most of it, you know. I mean, I've had relationships where somebody felt like a soulmate, but we weren't into like any of the same things, you know. So it's kind of weird how love works sometimes. But I guess in this song, she's kind of hoping for not only someone that she falls in love with, but someone who's like, you know, kind of the same. So I sympathize with her. Geez, I hope she finds someone. I know literally she was dating Matthew Barney, I think is his name, who was an artist. And he's a cool artist. But anyway, that's an aside. So Pagan Poetry is a slam dunk for me. I love it. And it's got that kind of wintry sound that I mentioned earlier. But speaking of the wintry sound, track number 6 is an instrumental. It's called Frosti. And obviously the name Frosti is pretty wintry. But I'm going to play a little clip from it for you guys to give you a sense of what I mean. So let's check it out. Yeah, it's just really cool. I mean, there's not much to say about it, obviously. I just wanted to play it. I thought you guys would appreciate it and find it interesting. So that's side A. I believe Frosti was the last song on it. So let's start side B with Aurora. I just love the production on this song. It's so cool. But again, Bjork, we're getting a little X-rated here, right? I mean, she's talking about being on her knees, filling her mouth with snow that melts. Like, I mean, I guess I could be wrong maybe, but, you know, I'm not going to say what I think that means. I think we all know. But again, she's being very sexual on Vespertine. And, you know, why not? Why go for it? Let's do it. I think she pulls it off very well, right? She sounds very like the way that she sings convinces me that she feels this way. You know, especially in this song. So it's just the real deal as far as I'm concerned. But that's all I have to say about Aurora. I got to skip ahead now. Let's talk about track 8, which is called "An Echo, a Stain." All right, "An Echo, a Stain." So this song took me a little while to try to figure out like what the heck is going on here, you know, lyrically speaking. So this is how I approached it, right? It's called "An Echo, a Stain." So a stain implies that something bad happened. And as she sings, right, "I won't see you denied." So it sounds like the guy is breathing down her neck, or the girl is. We're not sure which one, and their heart is racing. So they clearly still love the intimacy, but something happened that we don't know exactly what, that's kind of like causing a divide between them, right? So one of them is really upset. I'm not sure exactly who is in this song that's upset, per se. It's a little confusing, but someone is upset, something bad happened, and they're not ready to forgive the other person, even though they really want to, they really want to be intimate with them, you know, but they also like want to have their moment where they are, you know, PO'd at them, let's say. So, geez, they had it so nice up till now, but something happened. So that's too bad. I hope they figure it out. But that's an Echo with Stain. There's not much else I want to say about it other than, again, just like the production on this album is just so out there, but beautiful at the same time. And it's pretty hard to describe without just playing it. So that's why I play it. But anyway, so let's move on. The next track is called Sun in My Mouth.
I will wait out till my thighs are steeped in burning flowers. I will take the sun in my mouth and leap into the ripe air, alive with closed eyes, to dash against darkness in the sleeping curves of my body. I shall enter fingers of smooth mastery.
Just a beautiful song, and really this might be like the most sexually charged song on the album. It just sounds like Bjork is really, really horny, right? So maybe, maybe she's horny because she had a fight with this guy who she was in love with, and maybe like she's taking the stance that like, oh, I'm angry at this guy, so I don't want to sleep with him. But I kind of really do want to sleep with him. So like, you know how they say like, when you go on a date with a girl for the first time, you don't call them for 3 days. So it kind of sounds like maybe Bjork here is saying like, I'm really mad at this guy, so I'm not going to do anything with him for a week or 2 weeks. But during those 2 weeks, I'm going to be really horny and I'm going to write all this poetry and these songs about it. And so it just made me think of that, It's called Sun in My Mouth. So she's just very like jazzed up and can't release it. So poor Bjork. But that's all I have to say about it. So let's move on to track 10, which is called Heirloom.
I have a recurrent dream. Every time I lose my voice, I swallow little glowing lights. My mother and son baked for me during the night. They do a trapeze walk until they're in the sky, right above my bed, while I'm asleep. My mother and son pour into me warm glowing oil into my wide open throat. I have a recurrent dream.
So Heirloom is an interesting song. It's very poetic. It's very dense. And she sings about a recurring dream she has, right? Where she loses her voice. But then she says she swallows these lights that her mother and son baked for her. And so what I imagine this song is really trying to say is that she's struggling she's probably still struggling with her career at this moment. You know, this is probably like semi-autobiographical, I guess. So she's like she's losing her voice, which I imagine is she's losing her drive or her momentum or motivation or something. But it's her mother and son that keep her going, that keep her in the game, so to speak, right? So the warm, glowing oil that they pour into her wide open throat, as she says, I imagine that's talking about they are like the primary reasons for her staying in the artistic game, so to speak. So thank goodness for them, you know, right on. I'm going to skip track 11, which is called Harm of Will, just because there wasn't anything in particular I wanted to say about it. But it's a good song. So let's move on to the last track in my last clip. The song is called Unison. So let's check it out.
You gardener, you discipliner domestically, I can obey all of your rules and still be. I never thought I would compromise. I never thought I would compromise. I never thought I would compromise. Let's unite tonight. We share to fight embrace you tight. Let's unite
So that's the last track. That's Unison. And, you know, the gardener, the discipliner, is obviously her lover. And it sounds like they're together, right? They're probably living together because she mentions domestically. And it sounds like, you know, she's experiencing what we all experience in our love lives, where you've got to make compromises in order to share your life with somebody. You know, there's going to be things that annoy you, that frustrate you, that you might fight about. And there's going to be things that annoy them and frustrate them that they want to fight about. But at the end of the day, the song is called Unison, so they want to be together. But, you know, there's just that natural conflict in relationships where obviously not everything syncs up perfectly. But yeah, that's Vespertine. It's just, again, just a really powerful album. Her voice is really unique. It's very memorable. She has some great performances on some of these songs that are really memorable to me. And again, just the production is just so unique. It's so different. It's just really special, in my opinion. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys thought it was interesting, you know. But as always, if you didn't like it, if you liked it, if you like my interpretations, if you didn't like them, whatever you have to say, feel free to leave a comment and we'll talk about it. I'll check them out. And if you liked the video, as always, please like and subscribe. It would really help. But that's Vespertine. So yeah, check it out and have a good one.